Hey, what's up? This is Tony making food Mata, a little Tony Talk, a modified view in the culinary industry. So, today we're going to talk a little bit about kitchen etiquette, kitchen manners, some things that you should do while you're in the kitchen, just out of respect for other people. It just makes things a lot easier. So one thing which is obvious, which I would always do or would recommend doing, is just saying something simple like, yes, chef. If the chef asks you to do something, then just do it. Say, yes, chef. Yes, chef. Whatever you need, chef. One of the biggest things that I've ran into in my culinary career is people saying, well, you don't understand, or no, this is how I do. No, you don't understand, chef. You don't work the station. No. And like that just creates a bunch of problems, issues, if you will, and you can alleviate all of that if you just say, yes, chef. A good friend of mine that I used to work with back in the day at Albert's on the Alley, he would never really say, yes, chef. And when I first started off as a cook, line cook, I was kind of hesitant too about saying that, like, oh, screw this guy, he don't know this, that, and the other. And I had that mentality too. But one day I woke up and I started following the rules, which was another podcast. So follow the rules. One of the rules is say yes, chef. So as soon as I started saying yes, chef, everything started getting a lot better. There was no more confrontation in the kitchen, and it was just so much better. The chef tells me to do this, I say yes, chef, and I do it, and that's that. So going back to this guy that I used to work with, he was like, no, I never say that. Never say yes, chef. And then a couple years later, he's out of the kitchen. He bounced around a couple times to different kitchens and stuff. Followed the one chef that we used to work with, followed him to another restaurant, did very well over there, then went to another restaurant where he had a better opportunity, and then ultimately ended up like leaving cooking and started like, laying pipe and stuff like that. A whole different industry, laying conduits or something like that for whatever. And he started saying, yes, chef. And he told me, like years later, we were drinking at the bar, and he was just like, you know what, you were right. You were right about that. As soon as I started saying yes, chef, to my foreman or to my boss, things got a lot easier for me. And now I am the foreman, and I just wish people would say yes, chef to me. So, little Tony Talk was right on that years ago. So one thing, kitchen etiquette, say yes, chef. Just do it. Trust me, it will make it a lot better. Other things that you want to do in the kitchen is when you're working with your other co-workers, your fellow pirates, if you will, you might want to, ask to borrow something. Hey, can I borrow your knife? Hey, can I borrow this cutting board? Hey, can I borrow your offset spatula? Do you mind? Like, those things go a long way. It's not like the Wild West. Sometimes it is like the Wild West. You can't just go and grab whoever's stuff. If I spend $180 on a knife, then I want to use my knife. Don't just come over to here and grab my knife. If I get my mise en place, I have everything all set up, and you just come over and debo my cutting board or my knife, I'm going to be a little upset. And then the rest of the shift, you have to work with that person, and it's just not going to work out. So ask, hey, may I borrow that? that goes into another thing, as if you work in a bigger kitchen or a hotel or a casino or a large sports venue or something like that, and you have multiple kitchens, I would highly recommend not just going into another chef's cooler and grabbing their stuff. Kitchen etiquette, it's nice. Find the chef, find the supervisor. Hey chef, do you have this? May I borrow this? Do you have an extra one of these? It's just nice. I guarantee you, if you go into another chef's kitchen cooler, rummage through it, then that chef catches you, he's going to be pretty upset, because I know that I get pretty upset when I have people coming into my kitchen, just grabbing stuff. And like, oh yeah, I need this. Like, it's just polite. 9 times out of 10, I'll say, yes, you can have this ingredient. Yes, you can have this equipment, or you can borrow it, but just bring it back. 9 times out of 10, but it's the fact of the matter is, like, I just want you to ask. Just ask me, because what if I had a tight week and you grab some peppers or you grab some cheese, and I just ordered enough of those peppers and that cheese to get me through the week for my inventory, and I go in there and you grab it, it's going to make me kind of upset. It's going to throw off my inventory. I'm not going to be able to make what I need to make. It's just going to kind of piss me off, because you didn't have any kitchen etiquette or manners, and you just walked into my cooler and grabbed my stuff. I'd be pretty upset. So always, when you go into another kitchen, or if you're working side by side with somebody, don't just grab their cilantro or their carrots or whatever. Ask, hey, do you mind if I borrow this? Do you have enough? Maybe they only grabbed enough for themselves. It just makes sense. So, another thing that we want to look at, as in kitchen etiquette, kitchen manners, is like grabbing your own stuff. I said that before, but if I grab my own cutting board and this, that, and the other, and I set up my station, my mise en place, I have my cutting board, my sani bucket, my towels nicely folded underneath, box of gloves underneath my station. I have a waste pan, I have a garbage can over here, I have a pan that I'm going to put my finished product in over here, and then I have my other ingredients. Maybe I step away for a minute and I have my area all set up. Don't come in my area, take my cutting board, or start using my cutting board, or grab my sani bucket or my stuff. I spent 5-10 minutes setting up my area so I can be set up for success, not for you to come in and grab my stuff. So, don't do that. Please, just don't do it. Grab your own stuff. Grab your own cutting board, set up your area. Just do it. All right? So, with that being said, we want to make sure that also we clean up after ourselves. Let's say I am busy, I have a jam-packed day, maybe I'm at prep during the day and I got to be on the line at night. Like, maybe before I go on the line, clean up my station a little bit. Or if I don't get to clean that station up, my prep area, maybe after the rush or during a little break, go back and clean up your area. It's just so much more better to take care of your own area. Clean it up. Clean it up. Just makes sense. You know? Like, you want to be respectful of the kitchen. Okay? If you don't clean up your area after you're done, then somebody else has to go in and clean up after you. And then maybe they have a different agenda. Maybe they are, in a hurry. They're under a time constraint. And you are just a lazy person or a lazy cook, and it happens. I know it happens every once in a while. Like, oh man, I got slammed. I'm sorry, I forgot. But if it continuously happens, then it means that you're lazy and you're being a punk, and that goes back to being a toxic cook and getting out of the kitchen. So clean up after yourself. It's just better. It makes it so much more easier in the kitchen. And a lot of these things that I'm saying is just like stuff that you should just know and have common sense, but it happens a lot. It happens a lot in the kitchen, and it's just something that I just got to get out there because, hey, it's Tony Talk, it's a modified view, and that's that. So, another thing about kitchen etiquette and working your station. A lot of times when I used to have to run the line, I would be at Albert's, when I worked there. I would have my backups all set. I'd come in, I'd check out what I need to do. I would fill up my pans, rotate in, first in, first out. And then I would make sure that I had my backups, right? So I had my backups for the next shift for myself. Now, a lot of times, whoever worked the grill after me, they would come in, see that I had all the backups all hooked up, and then they would just hang out that day. Then I come in the next day later or the day after that, and there is nothing done. And then I ask the cook, DX3 as we call him, hey man, what happened to my stuff? Oh, well, you had it, so I didn't have to do anything, man. I'm good. It was my chill day. Like, that just ruins a lot of things. It ruins the flow. You didn't set me up for success, but I set you up for success. Why? You wanted a chill day? You weren't going to go through that product? Yeah, you were. Just help me out. I helped you out. I cut my backups. I did my stuff. And now you never even helped me out because it was your chill day and stuff was all done. Bless your soul, DX3, wherever you're at now. So, we want to make sure that we clean up after ourselves, restock for the next guest, or the next cook. We want to make sure that we set them up, clean up after themselves. It's just super, super simple. Another thing about kitchen etiquette is taking care of your equipment, okay? Taking care of your equipment and respecting your equipment. If you're mad, don't throw your pans around. Because one, that's just going to cause a scene, especially if you're in an open kitchen. Don't be like, oh man, I'm busy, just throw pans around left and right, because it's just gonna just not be right. What are you mad? You mad at the pans? You mad at you're getting busy? Well, man up. Maybe go with a walk-in, count to 5, come back, and conquer that saute station. Maybe that's what you got to do. Throwing pans. Like cussing out like the other cooks or the waitresses. Like, don't do that. Be nice to the waitresses. They'll be nice to you. Been doing this for a long time. Been nice to a lot of waitresses. It's worked out for me. Just saying. Don't be a dick. That's kitchen etiquette. I get it. We're all under pressure. We're all doing things. We have these teeny tiny time frames, these ticket times that we have to push out all of this food and this under immense pressure to get this food out, and we have to put some love into it. And yes, I get it. It's rough and it's hard, but we have to do that, and we are the pirates, and we are the chefs, and we are the cooks, we are the line cooks. We make sure that it goes out. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, you might drop an F-bomb every once in a while. Okay, I get it. It happens. It happens sometimes. But if it continuously happens, then hey man, take a step back. Look at yourself, you know? So don't be throwing pans around. Don't throw pans at the dishwasher. He's trying to make a living. That's just rude. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it when cooks just burn stuff and just, talk down to dishwashers or like whatever. Like kitchen etiquette. Respect each other. Respect what you have going on. Respect the kitchen. Respect the equipment. Just have some respect. Okay. So, going back to kitchen etiquette and all this stuff, kitchen manners stuff, I think the best thing is, to me, about this whole episode is the story about my man Tommy Lightpants finally saying yes, chef, and agreeing to it, and then having his mind blown that I was right all those years ago, and he was so defiant. And then when he started saying yes, chef, his career got so much easier, and he wasn't even in a kitchen. He was just saying yes to his boss. It's just amazing that as soon as you start saying yes, chef, start with that for your kitchen manners, kitchen etiquettes. I cannot stress that enough. As soon as I started saying yes, chef, just yes, chef, yes, chef, oui, chef, or yes, okay. As soon as you start doing that, it's just going to get so much more easier for you. I guarantee you, 100%, that if you start saying yes, chef, your culinary career is going to be a lot better. So, once again, I am Tony Making Food Matta. That was just a little Tony Talk, a modified view on kitchen etiquette and kitchen manners in the culinary world. So, thank you and have a good day.